Choking in sport. Choking in sport can be thought of as not performing to the best of your ability under pressure. Most of the time it's possibly due to anxiety, but it could be other things as well. One theory is a reinvestment theory, which means you start thinking about how you're doing certain motor skills that you normally do automatically. So you start reinvesting your thinking into that, and that can disrupt the motor skills, or these motor programs that we have that are normally automatic. There's also research looking at reward and punishment, and how people respond to this. So, one study based on cricket players, good level cricket players, found that people who they found that we have this system, a reward system or a punishment system, and people who choked the least were most sensitive to punishment cues and least sensitive to reward cues. So they saw threats, but they didn't see rewards quite so easily. People who choked the most had the profile of people who had the balanced view of reward and threat. So people who are sensitive to punishment cues use it as like an early warning system. So they prepare early, they see things early, they organise themselves, and they make time to respond to things. That those who see both sets of cues, the threat and the opportunity, they kind of get confused, and they have this kind of like approach avoidance response. Some interventions are based around punishment and consequences, which is kind of counterintuitive. But punishment consequences are things like consequences for turning up late and not having your kit and things, because a lot of the time we're taught that you're going to get rewarded no matter what happens, and there's no consequences for anything. And then as you get older, you realise there are consequences, and the world isn't all about getting rewards. But it's an interesting theory. I think it's Professor Lou Hardy who did the research. But yeah, it's an interesting theory. But choking is basically not performing to the best of your ability under pressure.